Actually, one more non-documentary. The Little Rascals collection, because why not? My grandfather helped grow me up on these things. Doesn't include some of my favorites, unfortunately, but there are some really good ones here. This is from like the 1920s, 30s. Yeah, it goes. It looks like it goes from about 1923 to 1938. Some old stuff right there, but some old classic stuff for sure. And the rest of these are documentaries. What have we got here? We have the Essential Dinosaur Pack from Discovery Channel. None of these are as good as the Walking Mysteries by a long shot, but there are some good ones on here. Most notably, I would say Dinosaur Planet and When Dinosaurs Roamed America. Those are two really good ones. The others I don't really remember, so they're probably not that great. I think those are more like definitely documentaries. The other ones are more docudramas. Docudramas always help me get engrossed in the show more than regular documentaries do. So, not as essential as the Walking Mysteries, but you might want to check it out. And some of those programs you can definitely get separately as well. The Blue Planet Seeds of Life. I know you can get this on Blu-ray now, at least I'm pretty sure you can. I haven't taken the time or the money to upgrade yet, but this is a pretty nice set anyway, so. But The Blue Planet, another amazing series. This one definitely won some awards, I know for sure. Doesn't say. But the Wall Street Journal, Newsday, and plenty of others love this series, and it is amazing. Talks about the oceans, all kinds of oceans. You got the open ocean, the shallow seas, the coast, and the deep ocean. The episode on the deep ocean is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I mean, it's really amazing what's down there. It comes in this nice container, at least mine does, and mine also comes with some extra documentaries which aren't really part of the Blue Planet series, but they include on there for fun, about Shark Volcano, the Amazon, Between the Tides, and Antarctica. Pretty interesting. So yeah, an amazing series. I've watched the entirety of this numerous times. Great. You gotta check this out. And then once you're done with that, you need to watch Planet Earth, because it does talk about the oceans in a couple of episodes, but it mostly focuses on the land, and it goes by habitat. There's a whole episode on caves, a whole episode on jungles, deserts, mountains, freshwater, all kinds of stuff. And it also, at the end, it talks about, saving the environment and all that good stuff. So yeah, once you know the Blue Planet, definitely check this out. Another amazing series for sure. And there's kind of a final installment to it. I think it's by the same people, called Frozen Planet. Let me see if it says that. It's also narrated by David Attenborough. So yeah, it's from the makers of Planet Earth, which means it's also from the makers of Blue Planet. So it's a visual feast and gloriously wonderful. Obviously, the other two talk about the poles as well, but this one obviously is going to focus on it more. I'm not exactly sure how many episodes this one has. I think it's 7-part. So, another great one. I haven't seen all of this one, but I have seen all of the other two, and they're great, so I'm sure all this one is great as well. Anyway, I gotta move along, because I don't want this video to be too long. I might already have to split it into 2 parts. Shark Week, 20th anniversary collection. Contains a bunch of different documentaries, some of the most famous ones, Air Jaws, that was a famous Shark Week documentary there. Shark Attack Survivors, Jaws of the Pacific, and this was before Shark Week took a downhill spiral with their fake documentaries and stuff. That was so dumb that they started doing that. I stopped watching Shark Week as a boycott, because if I want that, I'm going to watch Jaws. Better special effects, better story, obviously. And it's classic. But for Shark Week, I'm expecting facts. And at least in some cases lately, we haven't been getting facts. That makes me angry. Moving on. Life, another big documentary series. It's also from the makers of Planet Earth. I don't really see why they felt the need to do Life and Planet Earth, because they are very similar, but they are both very good as well. This is the American version narrated by Oprah Winfrey. You can also get a British version narrated by David Attenborough, by the way. It comes in a very nice case. It almost looks like a little book, and in fact, it is. There's some pictures in there. So, very nice case. And in this one, instead of focusing on the environments, focuses on different creature species, and there's even a whole episode on plants. But yeah, there's a whole episode on mammals, fish, birds, insects, primates, and there's a couple extra ones at the end as well. So another great one. It's not as good as Planet Earth or Blue Planet, but definitely worth checking out for sure. I'm pretty sure all of these big ones that I've been talking about are on Blu-ray, but not 100% sure. Got a few others left here. Wild America. Pretty good series. There's like 30 hours of this on here, seasons 1 through 6. Obviously, this is just about the wildlife in America. But yeah, good PBS series. Almost said PB&J, I think. Evolution, The Grand Experiment, Episode 1. This was part of a curriculum that I did. But it's definitely an interesting documentary, and certainly makes you question evolution and stuff, and helps you realize that there's a God, for sure. So, pretty good there as well. Planet Dinosaur. Another pretty good series. Once again, not nearly as good as the Walking With series. That is the best, for sure. This is another good one. Focuses on some different dinosaurs, like Spinosaurus and such. I forget how many episodes are in this one. This came out in 2012. Looks like there's about 6 episodes. Pretty good one there as well. The best of the Johnny Cash TV show, because why not? And Steve Irwin, Ocean's Deadliest. This was what he was working on when he died from the Stingray incident. So this is kind of unfinished, and definitely a great testament to a great man as well. So definitely worth checking out. And as a kid, I loved The Crocodile Hunter. Watched this show all the time. So that's it for documentaries and DVDs as a whole. Let's get to Blu-rays. So lately I've been expanding my Blu-ray collection. A few weeks ago this would have been half the size that it was. But I've been saving up some money and getting quite a few Blu-rays lately. I've got a couple others coming in the mail as well, and quite a few of my Amazon and eBay carts to get at a later date, which I'll tell you about, because there's some of the great movies there as well. Let's go ahead and start with what I do have. U-571, probably considered the best submarine war film, rated PG-13 for war violence. Scary. Don't really remember it that well. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think it was pretty good. Next we have Yosemite, The High Sierras. I don't think I've actually seen this. I won't be saying that a whole lot with the Blu-rays, but I don't think I've actually seen this. But, you're looking at Yosemite and Blu-ray, so it's probably the second best thing to the real thing. Patton, an award-winning film with George C. Scott. I haven't seen this one either. I really want to, though, because I actually just wrote a paper about Patton, and this is one of the steelbooks. So, pretty good. It's a winner of 7 Academy Awards from 1970, including Best Picture and Best Actor for George C. Scott. I do know from reading some factual information that Patton's story is very interesting. So I'm definitely going to check that out. What else we got here? Oh, we have a Blu-ray double feature. This is a great double feature. Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. Ben-Hur is considered one of the 100 best films by several different movie companies. Both of these are rated G because they're older movies. And the Ten Commandments, I don't think it's award-winning or anything, but it is very good, for sure. And I have not watched these on Blu-ray yet, but I will be with Easter coming up soon. Each one is on 2 discs, so there's 4 discs in here. And I got this for like $11. $11 for 2 long, award-winning movies. Great deal right there. So definitely check those out for the Easter season. Another one I have here is the Bible Miniseries. Once again, I have not seen it on Blu-ray, but I did see it when it was on TV. I remember thinking it was pretty good. It wasn't spectacular, but it was pretty good. And then a spin-off of that was a theatrical movie, Son of God. I have not seen this one either. I guess I'm going to be saying that more than I thought I was going to. But it's powerful and poignant, apparently. And it's rated PG-13 for intense and bloody depiction of the crucifixion and for some sequences of violence. But it's a Bible movie, so it can't be that bad. So, I'm sure it's good. I'm not sure if it's like footage taken from this, because I know it's the same actor playing Jesus, and I know it was the same people that made both of these. So I don't know if it's just like an expanded version of the episodes about Jesus in that series, or if it's completely different. But I'm sure they're both good. What is this? American Sniper. This is a pretty good film. I don't mean this to say for any disrespect. The man behind this, the real man, he's a hero, for sure. But the film, it is an award winner and stuff, but I wasn't overly impressed with the movie, I have to say. I've seen a lot of great war movies. This one is good. I wouldn't say it's great. And once again, no disrespect to the actual people. This man, of course, is a hero. And this is a steelbook as well. But, you know, this is more my dad's movie, and it is rated R, but I think it's just for violence and language once again. In fact, I know it is. So, you know, not great, but good. And now I get to some of the ones that are definitely my favorites. Those are kind of more of like my dad's other than Yosemite. But anyway, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I actually do not have Raiders and Temple of Doom or Crystal Skull, but you'll forgive me for that one, right? I don't have the first two on Blu-ray, but I am definitely going to be getting those very soon to complete the collection. This is rated PG-13 for violence and mild language, I think. So this is definitely my favorite Indiana Jones movie. Raiders of the Lost Ark is great, but I like this one better. Sean Connery really makes this one for me. And I'm not going to be getting Kingdom of the Crystal Skull on Blu-ray. Please forgive me if you like that movie, but most of us didn't. And I've heard they're making a fifth one, which I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they're being allowed to make a fifth one with the reception that the fourth one got. Anyway, Last Crusade, a classic for sure. Another classic is Jaws. This is... Oh, I thought this was a special edition, but I guess it's not. It is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, which is my preferred method of getting these. And there's an advertisement for Shark Week in there. And it does have quite a few bonus features. Perfect high-def picture, digitally restored, remastered, fully restored from high-resolution 35mm original film elements. So this is Spielberg's classic film right here. If you've not seen Jaws, then you're living in a hole under a rock. And you need to come out, and you need to see this movie. And 4th of July is coming up, which is a great time to watch this because it takes place during 4th of July. So, Jaws, great movie. For sure. Next, we have Peter Jackson's version of King Kong. This is another one of his very long movies, and it does have an extended edition as well. And is PG-13 for frightening adventure violence and sun-disturbing images. The theatrical version is 3 hours 8 minutes, the extended is 3 hours 20 minutes, and pretty much all the extended scenes add in new creatures, which in some ways it kind of makes the film feel oddly paced because there's like an hour and a half before they get to the island where there's like no action. And then once they get there, even in the theatrical version, it's like action, action, action. And the extended version, it's even more so. So I can see why people would not like it for that reason, but I love it. More creatures means more awesome, right? At least for me. So, great movie right there. Next I have my final Ray Harryhausen movie, the only one I have on Blu-ray, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I think there's 3 Sinbad movies with Ray Harryhausen's stop-motion animation. This is definitely my favorite. And, you know, it's rated it's rated G. Wow. And it does have some special features on there. Of course, it's 1080p high definition and true HD 5.1 audio. So, another great Harryhausen film there as well. It's got a dragon, a cyclops, a skeleton warrior, a 2-headed bird, and there might be a few others as well, I'm not sure. And Leonard Maltin says it's a winner all the way, so, you know, great film, classic. Next we have another one of my favorite movies of all time, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. I don't know why I said it like that because there's no pirates. But this was supposed to be a series, and I have no idea why it was not, because everybody loves this movie. It's got great reviews, but they never made it into a series, which I would have loved to have seen. That would have been amazing. But we've only got one movie, and it's really sad. This is a great film. Russell Crowe plays the captain, and there's a naturalist in there, and they visit the Galapagos Islands and stuff. And of course you got some battles in there and stuff as well, by a French warship. And this one is rated PG-13 for intense battle sequences, related images, and brief language. So, great film. Definitely check this out. It's kind of similar in feel to Horatio Hornblower. I love them both, and I honestly could not say which one I like better. Obviously, this is one movie, and that is an entire miniseries. But this is great stuff right here. And the soundtrack is absolutely gorgeous. They combine some modern music by Christopher Gordon and a few other artists, which is okay. But then they use all kinds of great classical music. They could not have picked better classical music for this film. I love the soundtrack to this movie. Absolutely great. Absolutely great film overall. You gotta see this one. Next we have my incomplete collection of the X-Files. I've just now started collecting these. It's gonna take me a while because there's 9 seasons, 2 movies, and of course the new miniseries event, which sucked, but I'm gonna get it anyway to complete my collection once I've got everything else. As of now, I've only got season 1 and season 2, but you can get these for about $15 a piece on Amazon. Way better deal on there than on eBay actually, which is it's usually the opposite. And for some reason, I got this one in this thin format and this one in this thick format. I don't know why. There is like 1 extra disc for season 2, but I still don't know why they would have done that. I like the thick version better. It takes up more space and it looks cooler. They got some neat covers on these as well, and of course the X-Files is my favorite TV series of all time, so if I don't ever get any other series on Blu-ray, I've got to get the X-Files on Blu-ray. And quite a few special features on these as well. Seasons 1 through 3 are probably the best, so those are the ones that I definitely want to get quickly, and the other ones I'll do more slowly. But Season 2 contains my favorite episode. Season 1 contains my second favorite episode, as well as a bunch of other really good ones as well. With the X-Files, there's a few great ones usually on each series, or each season, and a bunch of average ones, and a couple ones that, oh my gosh. And then Season 7, there's a lot of really bad ones. The new one that just came out with the 6-episode event, there's one that was okay. The rest of them stunk. Awful. But anyway, the first 3 seasons are absolutely amazing, and the rest of the actual event, most people don't like the last 2 or 3 seasons, but I was okay with them. They were alright. Anyway, X-Files, Blu-ray. Awesome. Next we have one of the best movies from 2015, The Martian, with Matt Damon. I love this movie. I think it should have won Best Picture. I was not satisfied with the Oscars in the slightest this year, but that wasn't much of a change because I never am. They pick stupid movies no one's ever heard of and give them major awards, which I don't like. Anyway, this has been considered one of the year's best films. Epic. And the best movie on this or any other planet. I wouldn't go that far, but it's really good. It's by Ridley Scott, who's done a lot of really great films. And a lot of space movies. He likes space a lot. This contains over 1 hour of extras, and it is rated PG-13 for some strong language. There is definitely some strong language in this movie, and even more so in the book. Injury images and brief nudity. It's male nudity from the back, which I was like, didn't really need to see that, but it does make it more realistic. But, you know, nothing really bad, of course, because it focuses on him and his journey on Mars. It's a great film. Definitely check this one out. Next we have another movie I have not seen, Westworld. It is based, actually I don't think it was a book, but this movie was definitely inspired and greatly written and directed by Michael Crichton. I'm actually not, it's written and directed by Michael Crichton, it says on the cover. But I have not seen it. I'm sure it's good because it's Michael Crichton. Although I did see the movie version of the Andromeda Strain and was not overly impressed, even though the book was absolutely amazing. Another one of my favorites here, Inception. Inception. You're in a dream within a dream right now. Hey, and the last time I watched this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't have an Oscar. 4 stars, dazzling, breathtaking, the ultimate high-def Blu-ray experience. Rated PG-13 for sequences of violence and action throughout. This is a mind-boggling movie, but in a great way. I don't usually like when a movie gets too heady. Interstellar was a great example of that. I don't see why anyone liked that personally. I thought it was really dumb, especially the black hole with the bookshelves. That may have been the dumbest scene in any movie I've ever seen. Anyway, Inception is confusing, but in a great way. And the ending, the last scene, it's going to leave some people hating Christopher Nolan, and some others loving it. I thought it was a really interesting ending for sure. Definitely leaves you hanging, although I don't think there's going to be a sequel. So yeah, but it doesn't leave you hanging like, oh, what's going to happen in the next one? It leaves you hanging. I won't say anymore. I've already said too much. Next we have the Jurassic Park Ultimate Trilogy, one of the best franchises of all time. You're going to get Jurassic Park, one of the greatest movies of all time. You're going to get The Lost World Jurassic Park, which is not one of the greatest movies of all time. And you're going to get Jurassic Park 3, which everybody hates except me. I like it. Sorry. Deal with it. But, if for no reason, you're going to want to watch Jurassic Park, because everybody loves Jurassic Park. At least anyone that has a soul and a mind and a brain and a sense of action-adventure humor. And Jeff Goldblum. Come on, Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill, they're awesome. Hours of bonus features. And they're each rated PG-13 for intense science fiction terror and violence. Great movies right here, especially the first one. It's a classic. Classic. And of course, to complete the collection, you're going to want to get Jurassic World, which everybody seemed to like, for the most part. There's a few people who hated it. But for the most part, everybody really liked this, and I did too. It's a great movie. I'm worried about where they may go with the whole raptor training thing, if they make a sequel, which they are. But as long as they don't take it too far, I'm okay with it. This one is rated PG-13 for intense sequences of science fiction violence and peril. And this one contains a mosasaur. Great. And of course the Indominus Rex, quickly becoming a movie monster classic. Everybody's still talking about Indominus. I'm shocked at how many people still talk about Indominus Rex on YouTube and stuff. It's kind of been overshadowed by The Force Awakens, but it's definitely the second highest grossing film of 2015. 2015 is the year music came back and the year movies came back. Great year. I missed 2015 already. Next, we have another movie that everybody hated, but I loved, In the Heart of the Sea. I still don't understand why people hated this movie. I loved it. It's great. It tells a true story of the story behind Moby Dick, and Herman Melville's in it. Well, he's not in it, but there's an actor portraying Herman Melville, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, some people liked it. Cindy Pearlman of the New York Times Syndicate said it was a beautiful film, and it has won some awards, not from the Academy Awards, but some other minor award-giving companies. And this one is rated PG-13 for intense sequences of action and peril, brief, startling violence, and thematic material. What is thematic material? The whole movie is made up of thematic material. Because it's material and it's thematic. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking. And this is a Blu-ray DVD digital HD combo pack, which is great. Yeah, 3 formats. I bought a brand new and it's kind of scuffed up, which made me a little disappointed in the person I bought it from, but whatever. I got it for a little cheaper than I should have on eBay, so I guess I'll have to deal with it, but it plays fine. So, great film. Don't listen to the critics on this one. Maybe I'm the only one who liked it. But I'm going to be watching it with some friends tomorrow night, actually. I can't wait to see what they think, because none of them have seen it yet. So I can't wait to gauge them and see what they thought. Another one we have here is a miniseries which I just got like 10 minutes ago. It came in the mail. Jesus of Nazareth, considered one of the greatest miniseries / movies ever made about Jesus. And I love it. It's got a great cast. Ian Holm is in it. He's a bad guy, but he's in it. It's cool. And it runs about, I think this is like 5 to 6 hours long. Oh, and I forgot, James Earl Jones is in it. He plays one of the 3 wise men. What does that sound? Is one of the discs loose in there? I don't know. Anyway, I was a little disappointed to find out the Blu-ray just cuts out a few minutes of it. I guess they couldn't restore the footage for some reason, but it doesn't tell the complete story anyway, because obviously that'd take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So it's not terrible, but it is definitely disappointing. This is the 40th anniversary edition. So if you're gonna watch a movie or a series about Jesus, this is the one I would recommend. Passion of the Christ. I know some people love it, but I think it's almost over the top in a somewhat disrespectful way, at least to me, I thought. But some people really like it. And it is very realistic, and it does help you appreciate it, but I don't know. It's not quite my thing. This is the final single one I have, single movie. The Hunt for Red October. Great film from 1998 with an amazing cast. It's got a great cast. Sean Connery, Alec Baldwin. I'm not a big Alec Baldwin fan, but he's in it, so deal with it. It's also got James Earl Jones, Sam Neill, and I don't know his name, but the hotel guy from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The really creepy guy. And he also played It the Clown from It. So that guy has quite an acting record. He's a guy on a submarine in here. He's a hotel man in Home Alone 2, and he's an evil clown from the Stephen King story. Awesome acting record there, whoever you are. Maybe he is Scott Glenn? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Anyway, great movie. Definitely check this one out. And this one is rated PG. Because it's PG, it doesn't even say why it's rated PG. They kind of do that with R too. It's really just PG-13 where they have to detail everything for the most part. Now let's get to some more collections. I guess the only collection I've shown you so far is the Jurassic Park one. Anyway, The Godfather. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. The Godfather on Blu-ray. No, this is mine. This is mine. I'm not giving it away. These are great movies. They're considered some of the best movies of all time. Second only to Citizen Kane, and I think these are way better than Citizen Kane personally. Citizen Kane has great cinematography and stuff, but the story is really boring. And the story in here is not really boring. This is the complete collection. The Coppola Restoration includes all 3 films. I have not seen Part 3 yet. I've heard it's not very good, but I do want to see it at some point. The first 2 obviously are considered some of the best films of all time, especially the first one. And Marlon Brando is awesome, of course, in the first one. And the flashback scenes in the second one are pretty interesting as well. It tells about that guy's younger life. So of course, these are all rated R, but for language and violence, mostly for language. In fact, it says here for violence and language. Yeah, that's all it's for. So it does get kind of bloody and stuff, and of course the language is flying with the Italian mobsters. But great collection here. Once you're early teens or so, you can definitely see these for sure. Great movies. And it does have a pamphlet in here. I got this used, and he said it was in very good condition, and well, I wouldn't say it's in very good condition. I should probably stop buying used, but I guess I would rather have more Blu-rays that are used and still operable than less Blu-rays that are in perfect condition, because, well, they're not going to be perfect forever, are they? Next we have the Alien Anthology. I've only seen the first 2. Aliens, the second one, is definitely the best, but Alien is really good too. I've heard Alien 3, or is it Aliens 3? I think it's Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection are not that great. But I can't see how it could be much worse than Prometheus, personally. Prometheus had amazing special effects, but the story was really dumb. At least in my opinion. And it comes in this really nice book. It comes in the slipcase here, and then there's like this book that all the discs come in. I'm going to flip through it a bit. It's got some quotes here and tells you a little bit about each movie. Got some pictures and special features as well. So I was very impressed with the case and stuff for this, and it comes with lots of special features and a pamphlet at the back there. So very good collection, even if 2 of the movies aren't so great, apparently. I can't judge though because I've not seen them. By the way, these are all rated R, but for language and violence for the most part. I think the last one might have a bit more, but I'm probably not even going to watch it anyway. First 2 are great. Next we have Star Wars, the Incomplete Saga, because now The Force Awakens is out and we're going to be getting a bunch more movies. Once again, nice slipcase and a book-style interior with a page for each film and some very nice artwork. And at the back there are 3 bonus discs. This is, the first 2 are the original special features, I think, that are on the first DVDs and stuff that came out, and then the last one is some new stuff. Once again, nice pamphlet at the back. So very similar to the Alien one. And finally, at least for now, can't say what might come in the future, but for now, my favorite movies of all time, the 3 Hobbit films, which I've reviewed extensively before, so I won't go into detail now, but they've all got their unexpected pamphlets inside. And the beautiful Lord of the Rings extended edition trilogy, a nice, it almost looks like a nice thick novel. It flips open like this, and the DVDs are right there. And these do come with official pamphlets, unlike the Hobbit DVDs, or Blu-rays I should say. And I'll just show you one of them. Here's Return of the King. And on the inside, a very nice pamphlet with appendices guide, little introduction, and scene guide, and I believe 4 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs for each movie. 2 for the films, commentary, 2 for the appendices, and 1 for behind the scenes, which is just a continuation of the appendices, really. Really quickly, I do have a quick update that I've made since I filmed the rest of this video that I wanted to get in here really quick. I'm sorry about the change of location, but I had to do that for this part. I bought a few more. I went on a little expedition to Barnes & Noble, had some coupons, and they had a sale. Got some really good stuff there. I've also borrowed a few from my grandfather's extensive movie collection. His movie collection is fantastic. So I wanted to share some of those with you. But first of all, I wanted to say I just rewatched Ben-Hur, and it was way better than I remembered it. I remembered it being really good, but I did not remember it being that good. It would probably make a list of my favorite movies now. Maybe top 10, definitely top 20 for sure. Very good film. Definitely check that out. As for some things I borrowed, I just read The Great Gatsby, so I wanted to see a film version, and the film version with DiCaprio, I mean, you think it'd be great with Leonardo DiCaprio and stuff in it, but it sounds really weird. Like they added in rap music and stuff in the background, and I'm like, what? So I checked this version out instead. It's okay, kind of like the book. It follows the book very closely, I do have to give it that. I think they cut out like a couple things here and there, but they really didn't add anything. It's like 2.5 hours long. So it is a great version as far as following the story goes. Probably actually one of the best book-to-film adaptations I've seen as far as following the plot goes. But some of the casting choices were a little odd, and you know, it's mediocre. So I don't think there's like a great film version of that book yet. Another one I borrowed, and I please don't hurt me, but I've actually never seen this, so I really want to see it. Casablanca is supposed to be one of the greatest films ever made. I've seen bits and pieces, but I finally am going to sit down and watch the whole thing really soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. As for the ones, oh wait, no, I got one more that I borrowed. Funny story, I was at my grandfather's house and I said, can I borrow Vertigo, because I really wanted to see it. By the way, I did watch it. Pretty good film. I don't really see why it's considered one of, or his best film, Alfred Hitchcock. I've seen others that I thought were better, such as Rear Window and North by Northwest, which is one of the ones I bought. But it is definitely a very good movie. Funny story though, I said, well, do you have it on Blu-ray? And he handed me this and was like, this is a DVD. I didn't say anything, but he has an Alfred Hitchcock collection. It's like 5 or 6 movies on Blu-ray, and Vertigo is one of them, but I could tell that he did not want to let me borrow his Alfred Hitchcock Blu-ray collection. I think it's one of his prized possessions, so I got it on DVD instead. Kind of sad, but I watched it. Very good film. Definitely check that one out. As for the ones I bought 5 films at Barnes & Noble the other day, but I made out pretty good because I had coupons, I had the membership discount and stuff, so I was pretty pleased. The first 2 I got go together, and this is a recommendation from our good friend Fan with TheSecond, or Fear TheSecond, whatever you want to call him now. The series, or the 2-part series, Gods and Generals, yes, I did wave the correct one, and Gettysburg, and these are the extended director's cuts. This is holding a very steady 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm a little scared, but Feanor usually does have very good taste in films, considering The Lord of the Rings and Inception, Ben-Hur, and others are some of his favorites. You know, I'm going to give it a shot. It sounds good. I can't really imagine how this would be really bad, especially since it incorporates an hour of footage never seen before. So this one is supposed to be very, or at least pretty good. This one not so much, but Feanor said he actually liked this one better. And it sounds like it covers a lot more, because this is just about Gettysburg, and it's just as long as this one that covers everything leading up to Gettysburg. So it sounds interesting. I'm definitely going to check these out very soon. It's almost 8 hours of Civil War action, so it sounds pretty awesome. The other ones I bought were, here's a great one I saw about a year ago called Defiance. It's a great World War II movie about some Jewish resistance fighters. This one is rated R, but it's just for violence and language. Great film. I definitely recommend checking this one out. One of my favorite World War II films for sure. I got it for like $8 on Blu-ray, so not one I plan on getting immediately, but you know, a nice surprise. Next one that I got, well, this one actually, I'm reading To Kill a Mockingbird for school right now, and I wanted to see the film version again. It's considered one of the greatest books of all time, and this is considered one of the greatest films of all time. And I have to read the book, so I was like, I'm going to watch this again anyway, why not get it on Blu-ray? It's Gregory Peck, he's kind of awesome. Also comes on digital HD, and they advertise some... This is it! This is the one my grandfather has that he wouldn't let me borrow. The 5-film collection. Rear Window, great. Vertigo, pretty good. North by Northwest, amazing. Psycho, I've actually not seen that one, but I really do want to see it. And The Birds, which is a really fun horror movie. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this again. I have seen that one before, quite a while ago though. The final one I bought was Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest, considered one of the 100 greatest films of all time, along with Vertigo. This one's lower on the list though, but I like it better. It's got an amazing plane scene, an amazing Mount Rushmore scene. There's quite a bit of cliched stuff that they try to reenact, but this is the original. You'll probably recognize this scene if you watch this film. Great movie. But anyway, that's where I stand right now with my Blu-ray and DVD collection. So I'll cut back to the ending I had originally intended. Thanks for watching. So as of now, that is my Blu-ray and DVD collection. I am expecting Captain Phillips on Blu-ray in the mail. Another really great movie with Tom Hanks and Somalian pirates. Very interesting film. Oh, and I did get Captain Phillips in the mail finally, so I thought I'd just show you that. Got it for $7 on eBay with free shipping, so I thought it was a great deal. As I said before, great movie. Another good naval movie, but this one is more modern. And it's a true story. So definitely check this one out. And some other ones I want to get shortly are the to complete Indiana Jones, Cloverfield. It's a found footage horror movie. That's the sort of prequel to the new movie that's out right now, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I'm going to be seeing in a few days. I'm very excited. It looks really good. Tremors, I would like to get on that Blu-ray. Fun horror movie. Horror comedy, really. And I know I have a few others. Star Trek, the original series, I would like to get that eventually. It is kind of expensive, though. And I did just watch those, so it's not a major priority. And, oh, North by Northwest. Great. And Rear Window, 2 great Hitchcock films. I'd like to get those as well. I'm sure the list will continue to grow. And it will take some time, but, you know, it's a fun hobby to collect those slowly and surely over time. So, this may be a two-part video, I'm not really sure. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I didn't bore you to death with all my commentary. If you did enjoy it, then please hit the like button. And that's it. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Good.